It sounds like you're pregnant for the third time, and congratulations on that. You mentioned that the first time you delivered a baby, it was vaginally. The second one was born by C-section because your baby was breech. And this time you're wondering whether or not you should do a VBAC or attempt a vaginal birth after a C-section. Now, it sounds like you've started this conversation with your doctor and they mentioned that you are a good candidate. And from everything you've told me, it does sound like you are, especially because you've had a vaginal delivery before. Now, there are risks with a VBAC. Imagine if I made a big incision down my bicep and then I started to lift heavy weight. You could imagine that that incision could burst. And the uterus is a big muscle, and when we do a C-section, we make an incision on it, we stitch it up, and it heals nicely, but it is a weak point forevermore. And so next time you start having contractions or go into labor, there is always that possibility that it could burst. This is called a uterine rupture and is potentially life-threatening to mothers and babies. But thankfully, for those who attempt a VBAC, it only happens 1% of the time. So because of this very low risk, doctors often recommend a VBAC to patients who are good candidates, like you. Your doctor will talk with you about all of the risks of a VBAC and then have you sign a consent form saying that you've been well educated and you understand that there is a significant risk, but the chance of it happening is very small. And if you decide to go through it, you'll sign a consent form. And then when you come to the hospital, we'll let you labor and see how things go. We always monitor you extra closely to make sure that you're not showing any signs or symptoms of uterine rupture, and you should always deliver at a high-risk facility that's capable of handling an emergency if one does happen. In making your decision, it's important to know that 60 to 80% of women who attempt a VBAC are successful. That means that they end up with a vaginal delivery. Now, and again, only 1% have a uterine rupture. And in your case, because you've already had a vaginal delivery, your statistics of delivering vaginally would probably be closer to that 80%. And hopefully you won't need another C-section and things will go well for you. Again, if you have more specific questions or concerns, don't hesitate to talk with your doctor because they know the specifics of your situation. But if you have more questions for me in the future, I'd love to answer them on our Facebook page at facebook.com/InnerMountainMoms and recommend us to your friends and family too.